friends, I'm Katie, and this will be about a 45-minute soft flow restore class. So in the beginning, first half we'll do a little bit more active stretches, and then by the end we'll just get into really kind of more passive stretches with longer holds. But yeah, it's just kind of a hybrid between soft flow, restore. Right in between. So if you like to turn on music, then please feel free. Turn on your own music. I'm trying to think. I'm not going to cue with any props, so you just need your yoga mat, and then let's go ahead and get started in child's pose. So your variation of child's pose, I personally like my knees nice and wide, big toes touch behind me, and then hips reach back towards your heels, forehead rest down on your mat. If you like to bring your knees together, or if you like to keep your hips higher in the air, that's perfectly fine. So just try to get to a place where you can relax, where you can let the ground hold most all of your weight. And then start to notice, feel, and observe a little bit more. So notice, how does your body feel? How do you feel, not just physically, but also energetically, emotionally? And then start to tune into your breath. Next time you breathe in, fill up as big as you can. Hold at the top. See if you can sip in just a little more. And then exhale, open mouth sigh, let it go. Do that 2 more times. So inhale, fill up, hold. And exhale, open mouth sigh, release. Last time. So biggest in-breath you've taken all day long. Hold at the top. And then exhale, let it go, sigh it out. Start to engage your Ujjayi breath. I say engage because you are bringing in a gentle effort, a gentle engagement. So think of constricting the muscles in the back of your throat, and then using those muscles to slow down and kind of regulate your breath. So the same way we pinch a balloon to let the air out really slowly, that's exactly what we're doing here with our breath. As you're ready, so as you kind of feel like you found a rhythm to your breath, you've connected to it, keep that. And then as you're ready, we'll rise up to our hands and our knees, tabletop position. From your tabletop, just start to move through cat-cows. So each time you inhale, lift the crown of your head, lift your tailbone. And each time you exhale, round your spine and curl in. So go back and forth through these 2 postures with your own breath and make them as big and as exaggerated as possible. So a lot of times people just bend with their upper and lower backs. See if you can start to find more mobility right through your mid-spine, through your mid-back. See if you can move your breath into all those little tiny nooks and crannies. So I like to think of breathing into the space in between my ribs, my intercostals. And then I'm going to say give yourself about 3 more rounds or 3 more breaths, moving back and forth. And then eventually we will all transition back to downward facing dog. So after you've taken about 3 more rounds, downward facing dog is your destination. Once you're in your down dog, take a moment to stretch and to work through it. So pedal out your heels, stretch through the backs of your legs. Lengthen from your fingertips all the way up to your sit bones. So how much length can you create even in your side bodies and underneath your armpits? Imagine there's a rope attached to your belly button, and it's pulling up towards the ceiling. It's tugging back towards the back of the room that you are in. And then feel your breath expanding and contracting. Use it to your advantage. So use it to create more space. Use it to support you. Take 1 more big inhale. And then as you exhale, look forward to the top of your yoga mat, step, tiptoe, or hop, forward fold. Once you have arrived, inhale to a halfway lift, spinal extension. Exhale, let it go, fold. 1 more time like that. Inhale, halfway lift. Top of your head reaches forward, tops of your thighs press back, sit bones broaden. Exhale, fold. And then this time, Roll one vertebra at a time all the way up. Let your arms hang, let your head hang. So the very, very last thing to lift is your head. Once your head stacks, take a big inhale, stand super tall, roll your shoulders back and down. And then with your exhale, chin towards your chest, roll your shoulders forward and then slowly roll your spine down. So all the way back into your forward fold. Do a couple more rounds of spinal roll-ups and roll-downs. So just lifting ever so slowly and then lowering ever so slowly. Keep your breath present. Keep it big and spacious. See if you can start to move even more kind of articulately. So nice and easy, like your spine is made of pearls. You're moving one pearl at a time. Finish the round you're on, and then we're gonna meet in our forward fold. So no rush getting there, but eventually forward fold with your feet hips width distance apart. You can bring your feet out even a little bit wider if you'd like. And then once you're in your fold, grab opposite elbows, take ragdoll. So let your upper body just be heavy, let your head be heavy. You can kind of sway your body from side to side or bob a little bit up and down. Soften through your face, unclench your jaw. Try to keep your weight forward in your feet so you're not rocking back into your heels at all. If I wanted to slide a little piece of paper underneath my heels right now, it would be really easy to just lift them up, slide it under. So stay light on your heels. End of your next exhalation, release your elbows. Inhale, halfway lift one more time here. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step back to plank or modified plank. Inhale at the top of your push-up. Exhale, slowly lower, chaturanga. Inhale, baby cobra. So lift your chest using back strength. With your hands, pull back like you're trying to drag your body forward. Exhale, let it go. Spider-Man cobra, so hands come out wide, lift to your fingertips, elbows face the sky. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down, and then give yourself one more back bend variation, your choice. Keep it low or take it high. Shoulders down and back, low abdominals toned, and then when you feel complete there, we'll meet in a tabletop position, hands and knees. All right, from your tabletop, pivot on your right knee, so right foot comes to the outside of your yoga mat, left leg extends back, and then take your left arm to the sky, modified side plank. Squeeze your outer right butt cheek and try to press your hips slightly forward and then stay where you are, or reach your left arm towards the top edge of your mat, past the top edge of your mat. You can stay here. This might feel like a really nice side body stretch. If you want to bring in a little more strength, float your left foot off the ground, and then to add a different stretch, a quad stretch, option to bend your left knee, reach back, grab hold of your left foot, and then kick foot into hand, pull hand back into foot, turn your heart to look up, up, up at the sky. Keep spreading your left toes as you hold your foot in your hand. Keep pressing your hips gently forward, and then keep, most important of all, breathing. Big deep breaths, 2 more. End of your next exhalation, slowly release, unwind, come back to hands and knees. This is a little bit different than thread the needle, so watch here. Knees come out wide, big toes touch. I'm going to take my right arm out and up. And then as I exhale, I'm threading my right arm underneath me, and at the same time, reaching my hips back towards my heels. Forehead comes down to my mat. So I'm in a variation of child's pose with a shoulder stretch. Rather than gazing underneath my left armpit or my left arm, I'm going to take my forehead to the ground, or if I want to intensify the stretch even more, I'm going to gaze to the right. Left arm reaches as far forward as possible, so crawl your fingers forward and then use the leverage of your hand against the ground to press your hips back. So we're working into our right shoulder capsule. Take about 3 more deep breaths. One last round. If you'd like, you can exhale out your mouth. And then rise up Hands and knees, reach your right arm all the way to the sky. Take an extra breath here. See if you can reach higher and open a little bit more. And then end of your exhale, right hand comes down. Let's take it back, downward facing dog. All right, from your dog pose, inhale, right leg to the sky. Stretch and lengthen. Exhale, step your right foot to the top of your yoga mat. Lunge. Bring your back knee gently down. If you need extra cushion for your knee, you can fold over the side of your mat, or if you're at home, use a pillow or a blanket. Bring your hands up to your front thigh. Walk your front foot forward just about an inch or so, and then start to lean forward like you want to sit your right butt cheek on your right heel. At the same time, press your right heel down and energetically try to pull it back and up towards your right butt cheek. Stay here for about 5 deep breaths. If you want to intensify it, you can take your arms up. You can even interlace your fingers behind you. It just depends where you want to go, where you want to be, what feels most beneficial to you tonight. Take about 2 or 3 more big deep breaths. All right, my friends, if you happen to have your fingers interlaced behind you, end of your next exhale, release and extend your arms to the sky. Breathe in. Exhale, everybody, bring your hands to the ground. We're gonna take half splits. So back toes tuck under, tuck your back toes under, and then take your hips all the way back to sit on your back heel. So I don't want you to just kind of bring all your weight forward. I want you to let your weight go back into your back foot, and even imagine you're trying to reach your butt back. So you're gonna have some sensation in the sole of your left foot. It's called toe death pose with a hamstring stretch. So right leg extended, flex your right toes, press down with your right heel, and then energetically try to pull your right heel back towards your body. You can stay more upright or reach your butt back and fold forward. So try not to just round your spine to fold forward. Think of hinging at your hips and lengthening. Give yourself about 3 or 4 more slow, deep breaths. Last one, big, spacious inhale, and if you'd like, you can exhale out to your mouth. And then slowly come back into a lunge position. Your back toe should already be tucked under. Lift your back knee. And then you're just gonna step your back foot forward to fold, nice and easy. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Now pause here, walk your feet out to the width of your yoga mat, or even bring your feet slightly off of your yoga mat so you're in a slightly wide-legged forward fold. All 10 toes face directly forward. Now, from here, we're going to take a little twist. So come back to a halfway lift position just to get your spine nice and long. And then keep your left hand on the ground. Reach your right arm to the sky. Try to keep both legs as straight as possible. If you need to, you can bend your left knee. Stay here, or take it a little bit deeper. Right arm behind your back. Left hand to the outside of your right ankle. And then use that as gentle leverage to twist. Take about 3 more breaths. Stay rooted through the inner and outer edges of your feet. Try to keep length through your spine. And then each exhalation, twist, twist, twist. Last round on this side. End of your exhale, unwind and switch. So right fingertips on the ground, spine nice and long, left arm to the sky. Try to keep both legs straight if possible. And then if you want to take it further, left arm wraps behind you. Right hand grabs the outside of your left ankle. Gently pull on your left ankle. Use that as leverage to work your twist. So don't force it, but just work it with awareness, with intention. So think of just finding your edge, and then make sure you can breathe big, deep breaths, soften around it. Take 2 more. Nice work, you guys. End of your next exhale. Unwind. Heel toe your feet in so they're about hips width distance apart. And then slow as you can go, roll up to stand one vertebra at a time. Slow, slow, slow. At the very, very top, your head stacks. Your shoulders roll back and down, your palms face forward. This is Tadasana, mountain pose. Take a big inhale, stay as you are, see if you can stand taller. Exhale, side out. Ujjayi breath, flow. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, lead with your heart, slow dive. So keep your weight forward in your feet, but your butt can reach back. Then fold in. With your inhalation, lift halfway. With your exhalation, plant your hands, step back to plank or modified plank. Knees can come down. Inhale at the top. Exhale to slowly lower. Just like we did before, little back bend series. Inhale, baby cobra. Elbow tips should point straight back behind you. Exhale, release. Spider-Man cobra. So hands out wide. Lift to your fingertips. Elbows face the sky. Breathe in. Lift up. Exhale, let it go. And then one more back bend. Keep it low or take it high. Whatever will best serve you. If you want to give it an extra breath, feel free. And then release. Tabletop, hands and knees. All right, from your tabletop, pivot on your left knee this time. Extend your right leg back, take your right arm to the sky. Modified side plank. Squeeze through your outer left glute. Press your hips gently forward. Stay here or reach your right arm forward, and this may feel like a really nice stretch for your right side body. Stay here if this will best serve you. Otherwise, float your right foot up. Make your right leg strong, your right foot active. Stay here or at the quad stretch. Bend your right knee, reach back, grab hold of your right foot. Kick foot into hand, pull hand back into foot. See if you can start to rotate your heart up towards the sky. Feel your back muscles squeeze around your spine. Keep kicking with your foot, pulling with your hand. 2 more deep breaths. End of your next exhale, slowly release, unwind, hands and knees. And then bring your knees out wider than your hips, big toes touch. Take your left arm out to the left, all the way up, inhale. And then as you exhale, thread your left arm through. And at the same time, hips towards your heels, forehead comes down to your mat. Walk your right hand as far forward as you can and kind of use it as leverage. So push your right hand forward and down. Press your hips back further. Rather than gazing under your right shoulder, like feels like thread the needle posture, like you would do in thread the needle, try to keep your forehead facing towards the earth, or to take it even deeper, turn your head to the left instead. So we're working into our left shoulder capsule. 3 or 4 more slow, deep breaths. So feel your breath, be present with your breath. Next time you inhale, rise to hands and knees, unthread your left arm, reach it up. Stay here 1 more round, so reach higher, open more. End of your exhale, left hand to the ground. Downward facing dog. All right, from your down dog, next inhalation, left leg reaches back and up. So lengthen, press up with your left foot. Exhale, step your left foot to the top of your mat, lunge, back knee comes down. Add your extra cushion if you would like. Hands up to your front thigh. Walk your front foot forward just a little bit. And then start to lean forward, so left butt cheek towards your left heel. Don't let your right hip open, so keep your right hip facing directly forward. And if you do that, it will probably make it so you can't go quite as deep. That is okay. Let go of your ego. That's not why we're doing this practice. So stay here with your hands on your front thigh. If you'd like, arms can reach up. If you'd like, fingers interlace behind your back. So pick whatever will best. I keep saying that, best serve you. I guess that's the theme of tonight's class. So always, always listening to your body first. Just because it's harder doesn't mean it's better. Take a couple more rounds, couple more big, full body inhales, long, slow exhales that allow you to just soften. If you do have your fingers interlaced, next time you inhale, take your arms to the sky. Exhale, hands down. Tuck your back toes under, so toes curl under. You want your heel facing straight up so it's not falling out to the side or in, straight up. And then bring your hips all the way back to sit on your right heel. Left toes are flexed. Left leg is as straight as it will go without hyperextending your knee or locking it out. And then imagine you're trying to reach your butt back, so it's a little rotation of your pelvis and anterior tilt. So you want to reach your butt back and tilt your pelvis forward. So say your pelvic bowl had water in it. You want to pour that water out the front of your pelvic bowl. You can stay more upright or work with a forward fold. Just make sure you're lengthening through your low spine. You're reaching your butt back. Give yourself a few more deep breaths. This is a really, really good stretch for the sole of your right foot, for that plantar fascia. If you're a runner, this is a great, great stretch to do every single day if you can. Good job, my friends. One last round. And then slowly come back into a lunge position. Lift your back knee up and just step your back foot forward, forward fold. Take a moment, maybe kind of walk out your forward fold. So bend one knee, lift one heel, then the other. This time keep your feet hips width distance apart, all 10 toes face forward. Inhale to a halfway lift. Bend your left knee a lot. Bring your left fingertips to the ground. Right arm to the sky, twist. So this is a little bit different. We're looking for a stretch in our outer right hip. So root down through our outer right hip and our outer right thigh, all the way down the outside of our right leg. Root down through the inner edge of your right foot. Pull your right hip back and straighten your right leg as much as you can. Left knee can bend a lot. Keep twisting, 2 more rounds. And then end of your next exhale, slowly unwind. And we'll switch sides. So right knee bends a lot. Right fingertips on the ground, left arm to the sky. Stay rooted through the inner edge of your left foot, but pull your left hip back energetically. Breathe. Get your left leg as straight as possible. A couple more. And then slowly, end of your next exhale, let it go. This time, bring your hands behind your head and interlace your fingers at the base of your skull. So you're tractioning out through the back of your neck. I like to point my thumbs up towards my earlobes and then take my elbows out wide. It just kind of creates a little bit of a different sensation. Try to keep your weight forward. You can bend your knees as much as you need to. So I feel like my knees are pretty bent here because I have tight hamstrings, but really think of lifting your butt towards the sky. Couple more rounds. Breathe up your spine. Breathe down the backs of your legs. End of your next exhalation, release your hands. Slowly, super slowly, roll up to stand. Head is the very, very last thing to lift. And then once your head stacks, your shoulders roll back and down, your palms open. Stand tall in your mountain pose. Stand well. Stay as you are. Big inhale. Fill up. Take up more space. Exhale. Open mouth sigh. Ujjayi breath flow. Inhale. Stretch tall. High mountain. Exhale. Let your heart lead. Slow dive down. Forward fold. Halfway lift as you breathe in. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. Take an inhale at the top of your push-up, come to your knees if you want. Exhale, slowly lower. So take it all the way down to your belly, you guys. And this time, we're gonna move into shoulder pigeon. So turn your head, and I'm gonna do everything opposite just so you can see me a little bit better on this side. So turn your head to the left And then extend your right arm straight out to the right with your palm face down. Make sure your hand is even with or a little bit higher than your shoulder, and try not to lock out your left elbow. Try not to lock out your right elbow. Now roll all the way up onto your right side body. Shoulder pigeon. So keep your right leg straight and bring your left foot down behind you. So left knee bends and then sole of your left foot comes down behind you. If that bothers your low back or just doesn't work for you, you can take fetal position with your legs instead. And if you really want to get crazy, just make sure this feels okay on your shoulder. Please do it with awareness. You can bring both feet to the ground, point both knees towards the sky. You should be able to breathe and you should be able to relax your neck, let your head rest down. So we're going to move into the second part of class, which will be a little bit longer holds, and it will be a little more just relaxing. So kind of let go of that power energy, that strengthening, powerful energy, and just start to soften and relax and surrender even more. Start to really listen to your breath and to breathe even deeper. All right, you guys take one last full body breath, big, huge, spacious. And then slowly we'll switch to the other side. So roll onto your belly. And then we'll do all of that with our left arm. So turn your head to the right. Extend your left arm out to the left, palm faces down. Roll up onto your left side body. Make sure your hand is even with or a little bit higher than your shoulder. Make sure you can relax your neck and let your head rest. So if you need to, bring a pillow under your head. Left leg is straight, right knee bends, sole of your right foot comes down behind you. You can take any variation you want. So if you want to go for that both knees bent, both feet on the ground expression, and feel free. You might take your right arm back behind you. You can reach your right arm up and back like you're trying to work the backs of your hands closer together. Make sure you're breathing slowly, deeply, even smoothly. Soften your face, unclench your jaw. Okay, you guys, couple more rounds here. Exhale out your mouth if you'd like. And then roll back onto your belly. Bring your hands to frame your mid-ribs. Press up to hands and knees. And take it back to child's pose. Any variation you want. So I'm going to bring my knees out wide. Hips to my heels, forehead rest down. If you want to reach your hands back to grab your heels for embryo. If you want to keep your hips higher up. If you want to move through some side body stretches, so maybe crawling your hands off one side of your mat and then the other, feel free. All of those are very valid options. So listen to your body. Go where your body wants you to go, where you crave to go. So see if you can start to listen and communicate with your body rather than just with your mind. Give yourself about 3 or 4 slow, deep breaths. Let's rise up to hands and knees. Take it back to downward facing dog. Inhale, extend your right leg to the sky. And exhale, pigeon pose. So bring your right shin to the top of your mat. Set your body down gently. Think of just ever so slightly pulling your right hip back, your left hip forward. So you're hugging towards midline, finding that little bit of structure, that little bit of strength to support your stretch. And then when you're ready, take it down and forward. So bow forward, humble pigeon. Breathe slowly. Make sure you can feel your breath just circulating freely. Notice where you tense up, where you resist. And just by noticing, start to let go, start to soften. Be here for a little while. I'm going to say about 7 to 10 more rounds. So kind of pace yourself. You don't have to go 200% right at first. Think of just softening a little bit more with each breath. You can exhale out your mouth anytime, about 3 more rounds. All right, you guys, and then we're gonna keep working with our right hip. So slowly lift your upper body, ease your way over onto your right butt cheek, swing your left leg around in front of you. Take your right leg out next to left for just a moment. You can lean back and give your legs a nice little shake out. And then outer right ankle, top of your left thigh. I'm gonna give you some options. So first option, flex your left toes, sit up tall. This can be where you stay, or you can work with folding forward. Second option, bend your left knee, so left foot is on the ground, hands behind you. Rather than rounding forward, roll your shoulders back and down, lift your heart, and then the closer you get your legs to your torso, the more of a stretch it will be. Just make sure you're not rounding, you're lifting, you're lengthening. Keep your right toes flexed and active, and sometimes I even like to kind of move my legs from side to side. Shoulders stay down and back if you're in this variation. Take about 4 or 5 more breaths. And if you're in the variation I'm in, the closer you get your left heel to your left butt cheek, that'll deepen the stretch as well. So keep it as shallow or take it as deep as feels right to you. You know your body better than anybody. Couple more deep breaths. And then slowly, you guys, just start to make your way out of it. So if you're in a forward fold, you might roll up. If you're in the variation I'm in, I'm just going to take my left leg forward and uncross my legs, shake them out. We'll meet back. So this is a little bit tricky. You don't have to do it this way if you don't want. But we're going to meet back in in downward facing dog. Then we'll go to pigeon. But to get there, I'm just going to flip over. So my hands are going to be towards the back of my mat and feet towards the front of my mat. They're just nice and easy. Flip over and you're in downward facing dog. Walk it out. If you want to move through a vinyasa, go for it. Reconnect to your breath. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Exhale, pigeon, left shin forward, set your body down. So left knee should be wider than your left hip. Pull left hip back, right hip forward. Find that connection to center, that structure to support the stretch. And then when you're ready, you can start your bow. And again, remember, you don't have to go 200% right at first. I say go about 75%, and then just breathe deep, soften slowly. See if you can be really present. So rather than letting your mind wander off, stay here. So I always say this in my classes lately. If someone were to say to you, okay, you get 5 minutes to do whatever you want to do and you don't have to think about anything else, the last thing you're going to do is think about what you want to do when that 5 minutes is over. You're going to be right there and enjoy every single bit of your 5 minutes of freedom. So this is your freedom right here. Be here. Have an intimate experience with yourself, with your body, with your breath. Really connect. Go in. Allow yourself to feel more and think less. About 7 more full body breaths. So big and spacious. You can exhale out your mouth at any time. Last couple rounds. And then slowly begin to lift your upper body. And we'll again find our way into a seat. So you'll be facing towards the back of your mat. Sit over onto your left butt cheek and swing your right leg around. You can take your left leg out in front of you. Give your legs a nice little shake out. If you don't like sitting towards the back of your mat, if it's giving you anxiety, that's something to notice. That's yoga. And also, if it's bugging you, I do not care if you want to flip around and face forward. There's nothing wrong with that. So, keep working with our left hip. Right leg forward, outer left ankle, top of your right thigh. Right foot flexed and active. Sit up tall. Or think of reaching your butt back. Hinge at your hips. Lengthen through your spine. Then release into a fold. If you're coming with me, hands behind you. I don't care which direction your fingers face. Bend your right knee. Flex your left toes. Roll your shoulders back and down. Lift your heart. And then take it to your edge. So right heel towards your right butt cheek. And then legs towards your upper body. Don't let your spine round or your shoulders roll forward. Keep them down and back, and then keep breathing. If you want to rock your legs from side to side a little bit, if that feels good, you're welcome to do so. Go for it. Okay, friends, last couple of breaths here. And then slowly ease your way out however you'd like to. We'll end up with both legs extended out in front of our bodies. And give them a little shake out, and then you're just gonna lower all the way down onto your back. And once you're there, draw your knees in towards your belly or your chest, hug them in. And rock gently from side to side. Give your legs a squeeze. All right, keep your right knee hugging in and extend your left leg forward. Set it down on the ground. Reach your right arm out to the right. Scoot your hips slightly over to the right and then roll over onto your left side body, supine spinal twist. Gaze up or gaze over your right shoulder and then breathe down into your belly. Be here again for about 7 to 10 rounds. So with each breath, melt, soften, surrender, let go. Just notice whatever there is to notice. Feel whatever there is to feel. Breathe a little bit bigger and create space where there was not space before. Take your next exhale all the way to emptiness. And then roll back onto your spine. Keep your left leg extended. Draw your right knee up towards your right armpit. So adjust your hips if you need to so they're straight down from your shoulders. Hands around the front of your right shin, and then pull your right knee in and up towards your right armpit. Squeeze and breathe down into your belly. Half happy baby. So left leg stays extended, sole of your right foot faces the sky. Grab hold of your right foot. If that's too much, grab your ankle or the back of your thigh. Flex your toes, press up through your heel. Pull down with your arm. Breathe into your belly. Release your right leg, take it out next to your left leg. Reach both arms long overhead, full body stretch. Inhale. Pull yourself apart, stretch, 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 stretch. And exhale, left knee towards your belly. And then we'll move into our supine spinal twist on this side. So left arm reaches out to the left. Scoot your hips to the left a little bit. Roll over onto your right side. Gaze up or gaze over your left shoulder and breathe. Feel your left side expand and rise, contract and fall with your breath. Soften with your exhales even more. Roll, so take your next exhale all the way to emptiness, then roll back onto your spine. Right leg stays extended, scoot your hips so they're straight down from your shoulders, left knee all the way up towards your left armpit. So grab hold, the front of your left shin, squeeze your left knee in and up, so your leg is towards the outside of your left ribs. Big belly breaths. Half happy baby. Sole of your left foot faces the sky. Right leg stays extended, glued to the ground. And then you guys from here, if you would like to turn this into a full happy baby, draw your right foot up Maybe find a little rock from side to side. You could even straighten one leg and then the other, maybe even both at the same time. And then take just about 5 to 10 breaths to finish off your practice however you would like to. So any other poses, stretches, movements your body is calling for. And then I will just leave you here. So take your final poses and eventually just settle into your final relaxation, which is your Shavasana. So I like to encourage you to take at least 5 minutes if you can. If you don't have the time, take at least 30 seconds. So whatever time you can give to yourself, give it to yourself as a gift. So eventually just let your breath become effortless. Let your body just melt into the ground. And just take a few moments to soak in all the energy, all the efforts of your practice tonight. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.